welcome back. So, in this video, I am going to get down. No, Rain, stop. Oh, okay, sorry about that. So, in this video, I am going to formally introduce myself. I do realize that I haven't given you any information about who I am or why I have actually joined VIPKid. I'm also going to give you an update about my bookings, about how much I've actually made, some things I've learned. So just everything about VIPKid during this pandemic 2020. So, starting off with my introduction, I am Teacher Kesey. And I started VIPKid because I am actually a second grade teacher at a brick and mortar school. So I didn't start this for it to be my full-time job. I just wanted to have additional income and have a purpose while I was out of school, not teaching my actual kids in the classroom. So I saw the ad on Instagram, as I know a lot of teachers have been seeing it advertised all over. And I was like, oh, that sounds interesting, So I went ahead and applied right when I saw it. And it did take quite a while for them to approve everything. So what you don't know is with VIPKid, you have to pass all of your mock classes before. And then once you pass your mock classes, then you have to upload 2 pictures, your profile picture, your video, your bio, all of your documents, and then you have to wait. And then you finally get to start teaching. So it is not a simple process. It does take a while. Now, I've heard it hasn't always taken this long. It took 2 to 3 weeks after I submitted everything for them to actually approve me to start teaching classes. So I actually first started teaching at the end of April. So once I started teaching, of course, I was a new teacher, and I have learned that when you're a new teacher, for the first 2 weeks, they will put you like at the top of the list for the parents to see, which I didn't know that initially. I probably would have put a little more effort into like my intro video and getting more certifications and things like that. But I did get a few classes. So I'm going to show you how many classes in those 2 months have I gotten in all. Yes, so as you can see, I have taught 16 classes in all and a total of 10 students. So, I guess you're like, oh, that's not a lot. It's more than 10, but my goal was to have at least 30 so that I could get those other additional certifications that you need to have at least 30 classes to get. So, I could say, it's been a tough experience, but I will just blame it on the pandemic because I have, I've redone my intro video, and I'll read to you what my bio says. I looked at a lot of different examples from veteran teachers, and I made sure, that I tried to make the most important things stand out. So I also read that to you as well. Hello, I am Teacher Markesia, but you can call me Teacher Kesey. I am compassionate, patient, and encouraging. I have a master's degree from Louisiana State University, and I am working on a certification in educational leadership. I have been teaching English to kids of all ages in a classroom for 5 years. I have ESL experience, I have 2 daughters and a cat, and we love to learn and play. I can't wait to see you in my classroom soon. So, I didn't make it too long. I talked about teaching English. I talked about what kind of teacher I am. I told a little bit about myself. I made sure I put that I had ESL experience and that I've taught for at least 5 years, which it's really been about 4, but I was a sub before that, so I just counted that. So, I made sure the things that they said were most important, I made sure that I put those in there first. So, with the students I did get, I got great feedback out of the 16 classes. I got feedback for 8 of the classes, and they were all 5 apples. And for those who don't know, if you get 5 apples, that's just like getting 100%. So you don't want to get less than 4. 5 apples is excellent. 4 is good. 3 is and then 1 and 2 is like that's really bad, and it'll bring your stats down. And normally, when the learning partners, and those are the people who they have like 150 families, and they'll like refer a family to you for them to pick you as their teacher. And if you have low stats, they're more than likely not going to pick you or recommend you to one of those families. So, I mean, I don't think that it was my stats that weren't that very good. You know, I had great feedback. So I can't just say like, oh, well, maybe I just wasn't teaching, in a high quality fashion. I don't think that's it. I honestly really just think that it's the pandemic. So as far as my pay, how much did I make in these first 2 months? So I set my account up to where I don't get paid unless it's at least $80 because they can pay you weekly. So if I only made like $30 in a week, I put it off until I made it to the 80 range. So my first check with the VIPKid was $98. And that was what I have received so far. Now, right about now, I have about $30 pending. But of course, like I said, I won't get it until I get to that 80, which probably won't be until next week or so when I finish the classes that I have booked now. So, $100. Is that worth it? Well, for me, I can honestly say that I still get paid from my brick and mortar school. So, I mean, it's like, oh, it's $100. What can I do with that? But it's all extra money for me. This is passive income. It's not my primary income. So for me, I was like, hey, that's great because it's not a lot of work. It's really easy. The classes are only 25 minutes long. And unlike some of the other companies like OutSchool, you don't have to come up with your own curriculum or plan your own classes. Everything is laid out for you. The most you have to do is like prepare for all of your props and make sure that you kind of read it beforehand so that you're kind of pacing, because it's very easy to go past those 25 minutes and you still have like half of the lesson left to teach. So, I mean, with me, like I said, with this being a part-time job, I much rather do this than do something like OutSchool because I do not have time to come up with my own lesson plans. I do not. Now, I mean, as far as the pay structure has changed. There are a lot of videos that break it down that basically tell you how the pay structure has changed. But you used to be able to make a lot more money up until December of last year. They changed the pay structure completely. So now, like if you taught 45 classes previously a month, then you would get like an extra $2 per class. You would get like an extra $1 or $2 just for completing every class. Now none of that exists. It's just pretty much what you get per hour, and then you have like based on the tier you're in, which right now I'm only in tier 2, so I get 80 cents per class added to what I make. And then once I get to maybe tier 3 and tier 4, I'll get like $1.20, $1.40 extra per class. But other than that, your only other incentives really are to do trial classes. And if the student converts to VIPKid, then you get like an extra $5 or $10 added to your paycheck. Or if you do short notice, and that's if you allow somebody to book a class within an hour, then you get an extra $2. But for me, I've only had one short notice class, so I've pretty much just received my normal pay. So, like I said, is it worth it? For a full-time job right now, I would say no. But as a part-time job, if you want to stick it out until this pandemic is over and then see, hey, will it work out? Because your contract is for 6 months. and you're not obligated to teach at all. If you don't ever want to teach a class, you don't have to open up your schedule. But I would say if you do want to do it, then open up all of your slots, because that's what I've been doing. I've been opening up almost every single slot that you can open up. And that's how I did get those 16 classes that I got. And I do have 2 regular students. So I mean, you know, it's possible to make money, but it's really just about what are you willing to do to get that money. So I'll give you another update in about 2 weeks to see has anything changed. So, see you next time. If you did not subscribe, like, comment, share, all of that, make sure you do that. Hit that button below. I made a mistake. With the short notice, it's not if you book within the hour, it's within the 24 hours. Sorry.